Baby, what was your favourite part of our honeymoon?
You?
Aww. The politically correct answer.
No, it was the catch and cook. Oh my gosh, finally I was able to achieve my dream.
I know, you've been speaking so much about that.
Yeah,
How
because
does it feel that you finally realised your dreams?
I think it has shaped my perspective of catch and cook. I've seen people doing it, but I've not done it myself. Now that I have, whenever I watch Outdoor Boys, I can relate to him.
I swear,
know
you
the
love
feeling,
Outdoor Boys more than me.
just a little bit more only. I know the feeling, I know the touch. I was so happy I was able to fulfill my dream of catch and cook. And thank you for allowing that to happen. I mean, it was so surreal for us to be on the boat, reeling in the fishes, and then we even got an octopus.
Yeah, octopus.
At the octopus.
Octopus.
That's how they say
That's how
it
the
in
Greek people
Greece.
say it. Octopus.
And then one fun fact about octopus is that when it's alive, it's red in color. And then they'll have a hammer on board.
Yep.
You gotta hit the head of the octopus.
Like really hard, like
Yes.
3 times.
And the octopus will turn from red to white. And that's where you know the octopus is dead.
Like immediately change in colour.
What's your favorite?
My favourite was swimming in the sea. Thank you
Oh.
for encouraging me to do it because I was so afraid of the cold, but you were like, just get in here, it's once in a lifetime kind of experience. And then
Yeah.
we went snorkeling, I saw the fishes in the clear blue waters, and that was so nice.
I'm so glad we were able to do that. No?
We're very blessed.
Hey, my name is James.
Hi guys, I'm Hazel.
And welcome back to the Couples,
Couples
Classroom.
Counting down the days till we say I do.
On this episode, we want to address an Instagram user, Kathleen Tacey's question. She asked, what's helped you to the most when things get really tough? Wow, that's a very good question. A study on emotional support in marriages found that actually the way a partner responds during moments of stress or vulnerability is one of the strongest predictors of long-term relationship satisfaction. And this is more than how couples handle conflict, which means to say, how you handle stress is more crucial in a relationship than how you handle conflict. And this research says that there's a difference between responsive support and directive support. Responsive support is like making your partner feel heard, feel validated.
Yep.
But directive support is jumping to solutions or advice. And I think there's a difference between how men and women navigate this situation.
Yep.
So the research tells us that couples where partners consistently offered responsive support actually reported significantly higher trust and emotional security.
Wow. How about let's do this? Before we start, let's do a little quick survey between both of us. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good do you think we are when it comes to noticing each other's emotions?
For me, I would give myself a solid 9.5.
Oh,
I feel like growing up, I've been always very aware of how people around me are feeling.
Okay.
Not just like my other half, it also
Yep.
applies to my family members, to my friends. And when, for example, you're feeling tired,
Yep.
I feel like I can tell right away. Or when you're feeling sad, you're not feeling your best, you're feeling happy, you're feeling cheeky. With one word or like an expression of yours, I'll
Yep.
be able to tell.
I see. I think you are someone who has a very high EQ. Yeah, and because of that, I mean, of course, you're very good at your job. But I can see it in a relationship as well. For me, I think it's solid 9.825. When it comes to noticing your emotions.
What's the remaining 0.175?
You being a female. I cannot read you 100%. You made it very clear if you are happy, upset, or in between. When we first got together, it took me some time to figure it out. But after a while, like right now, I can confidently say 9.825 times I can know that, okay, you are feeling a certain emotions.
Yeah, I think that's also because I've always had my emotions plastered all over my face.
Yep.
I'm not good at hiding them whenever I'm feeling happy, angry, sad, whatever,
Yep.
disappointed, hurt. I have them all on my face, and I'm happy that, you are able to read them and decipher my emotions at a point in time and knowing what to do after that. When it comes to recognizing your partner is okay or not, there are a lot of signs that are easy to miss. Apart from us, there's many other couples out there. Sometimes maybe one out of the two are not eating very well, are not sleeping very well, they have withdrawal symptoms, they are physically present but mentally absent.
Yep.
I feel like these are signs that are very easy to miss. If you're not careful, you don't know that, your partner might be going through a bad day.
I appreciate that you are very obvious when you are either angry or upset. I think it's important to identify bad day versus bad season. I think that bad day changes someone's mood, but bad season changes someone's personality. For me, I think I felt it firsthand about the period thing. Like
Tell me more.
Girls having mood swings a week before a period. Is here?
For me, it's a week before the period, but I think different girls have different like phases.
Yeah, during that season, when girls have their period, that mood swing is so real to me when I first got into a relationship. Before that, I was thinking, how bad can it be? I've heard a lot of stereotypes online. People are talking about, oh no, there are girls having period. But when I first got it firsthand from you, I was like, oh my gosh, this is that period thing that people are talking about. It's crazy.
Is it?
Unexplainable. I fear for my life.
What the?
Because I don't know how to explain it, but it's...
Okay, guys, let me do the explaining, okay? So this is the thing, right? Before girls experience their time of the month, our hormones go on like a rage, right? We have heightened emotions. The happiness, the anger, the sadness, they are all amplified. This is something that we ourselves cannot explain. We don't know why we're feeling this way. So, during the time of the month when your girl is feeling a bit sad, just sayang her a bit more. This is something that James does very well.
It's something I'm still learning. Mm-hmm. And, sometimes during that period, that time of the month, like in my head, quietly I'm thinking, do I want to escape to Bali for this weekend? Just so that I don't have to deal with that emotion. Because at the same time, I know that it's not you, right? It's not you who's wanting to like be angry. It's a female thing, and that's comforting to know because it's not like if it's a you thing, then okay, you need to work on it. But if it's a period thing, it's a female thing, then it's nature,
like,
right?
It's like 2 days and then it's past.
Yeah. It's not something that I can change, right? I embrace that thought. So while I was thinking that, should I just escape to Bali for a quick while? I was very quickly interrupted with, I want to take this opportunity for me to practice my patience when my girl is having the period. And also it's a training for me for when you are pregnant.
Right. Because one of the things that I'm most fearful about, I've told James about this, is the postnatal depression.
Correct.
I've heard so many of my pregnant female friends, after giving birth, they tell me that, the PND, postnatal depression, is real. And I'm super afraid of like what it will do to my emotions. So I keep telling James, before my period, if I experience this heightened emotions thing already, I think, I am also very susceptible to the PND. So you have to be prepared for that.
I mean, if your period is this level, I cannot imagine what's the PND.
Hey, bro, it's not very bad, okay?
I mean, to me, again, like I said, hate the action, not the person. I mean, you guys are in pain, right? So as the husband, I think it's fair for us to be considerate of that feeling.
Thank you for being so understanding.
Yeah.
And I like to think also, on the flip side, I can also tell when James is feeling tired, when fatigue takes over him. On the car, when it's a bit quiet, and when I notice him yawning like 5 times every minute, that's when I know, I'm not getting my playtime tonight. So we do something called the playtime. It's basically my nightly ritual of annoying him. It's
nothing sexual.
It's nothing sexual. It's just like, playtime.
It's just not disturbing me.
Hey, your
basically.
mind's very dirty. So I like to do this playtime where I just tickle him. We just spend time together. We hug, we talk.
Yeah.
It's just me annoying him. So, that comforts me. Stop covering your face, Denison. Why are you being so shy? Why are you 脸红?
Do you do playtime with your wife? Denison is crying.
Couples, I tell you, playtime is a good thing to bond. Okay, it's a perfect ritual for you guys to bond. So I get very sad when I know that James is tired. He probably has to go to bed. We are not able to connect or bond after a long day. But that's how I know he's struggling. when our little rituals disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one tip I've learned from, research or, articles online. So this is a tip that you can actually put into action. It's called the check-in without questioning them. So instead of asking, hey, what's wrong? What's wrong with you today?
Yep.
Maybe you can try like, hey, I've noticed you've been a bit quieter today and I'm not trying to fix anything. I just want you to know that I see you. So I feel like by phrasing your question a different way or your statement a different way, it gently opens a door for them to walk through without forcing them to.
Yep.
And this is something that I've been trying to put in action as well.
I mean, that's what they say, right? It's not what you say, it's how you say. Now, before I got into a relationship, I mean, I listened to a lot of these podcasts where they teach you how to frame your question properly. And I think that works, but to a certain extent. So I think one thing that I realized about you is when we are having an argument, or let's say you want to tell me something, you don't like it when I interrupt you.
Oh, I hate
So
it.
for example, you'll be telling me a story about your day,
Yeah.
right?
I have many stories every day.
Yeah. In the past, I would be like, oh my gosh, tell me more. Oh, what about this person? What about... So I want to know more. I want to ask more. But then I realized that that's something that you do not like. Like I remember doing it once and then you stopped me halfway and then you got angry and then you were like, you were like, can you just let me finish my story? I was going to answer your question. But in my head, I'm like, how would I know that you were going to answer my question? Like, I am very curious about and I'm trying to follow up all these questions. But to her, it's let me finish my story. Then you can ask your Q&A.
Yeah, I think it's just different people have different ways of storytelling. Like I'll prefer if you finish listening to my maybe 5-minute long story and then you will realize that the questions that you want to ask are actually answered in, the coming minutes that I'm going to like tell you my story.
Yep.
So that's difference in communication and like, when you keep asking me questions, maybe it causes me a bit like stress. I'm like, I want to tell you this story because I want to de-stress, I'll tell you about my day. So maybe listen to me first.
Yeah.
So this is when James will start practicing a very good habit. Sometimes when I tell him, baby, I'm feeling a bit low today, the first thing he will ask me is, okay, tell me about it. But before that, do you want me to listen to you or do you want me to give you some advice? Now think about it. Maybe tonight, just listen to me. Then he'll be like, okay. Then you sit down there and listen for 5 minutes straight. And then I feel like, actually, he doesn't even need to do much. After telling him the story, straight away I feel more relaxed.
Yep.
Like something is on my chest.
Yep. And I think that's one thing I have to learn as well, and that is to zip up. Really to zip up my mouth when she is telling me a story or when she's having a bad day, she's sharing something. And the learning point is this, even when nothing is going into my ears, that's better than anything coming out of my mouth.
I'm not sure I like this, baby. What do you mean nothing is going on your ears?
So what I'm trying to say is when you're telling me a story, the best thing I can do is just to listen and not to say anything.
Yeah, to all guys out there, this is actually true.
Yeah. I mean, of course, after if I ask you, hey, do you want advice or do you want me to just listen to you? And if you say, oh, you just want me to listen to you, then I practice silence. Now I'm better at it because I think it's easier to just not say anything and just to listen. But the catch is, she'll test me afterwards. And then I won't be able to answer some of the
I'll be like, okay,
questions.
today this happened. A did this to B, B did this to C, and then C did this to A. And I ask him, do you remember what B did?
Then, multiple choice.
No, because I hope that he can be, how do I say this, integrated into my life in this way. Through the stories I tell him, I hope that he can know the people, the figures in my life. Right. But I know that to not say anything is easier said than done because I suffer from this myself. The instinct to fix. Whenever like your partner tells you something about their day, right? There's a difference between like trying to fix it and supporting them. I know that every time James tells me something about his day, I'll be like, oh baby, why not you try this next time? And then that's when I realize, hey, wait, stop. James doesn't do this to me. James listens to me and he supports me. So maybe what he needs at that point in time is not me telling him how to do things a certain way.
Yep.
But just listening to him.
Yep. So let's do a little life exercise.
Oh, wow.
Okay? You're going to tell me something that is stressing you out this week. And I'm going to respond to you like how I would normally respond. Okay? And guys, if you're listening to this out there, think about how you respond to this. Okay? If your wife or your girlfriend tell you this.
Wow, something that's been stressing me out this week. Only can choose one.
Huh? How stressed are you? You just came back from honeymoon.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I'm stressed. The one thing that has been stressing me this week, I'll say, is the little deadlines that don't matter, but they pile up in my head. Like you mentioned, I've just come back from honeymoon. We have lots of laundry to do, lots of luggage to unpack. And these are the things that I want to get done before I move on my week. So the day when we came back from honeymoon, actually right before we went to bed, I was just stressing out about how quickly I can pack up the house and how I can, get the house in tip-top condition before our family come over the next day. Yep, thank you for listening. Point taken. Point noted.
Heard
Being
what I said
silent.
over there?
Yeah.
Nothing. Okay, so typically that's what I would do. I would just listen to her like rant. I think sometimes they want just to be heard, right?
Yeah.
For girls, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. You feel better now?
I do. No, yeah. Sometimes when I sit down and tell you my emotions, I feel better. To people out there who don't have a partner, by the way, sometimes using ChatGPT is a good way also.
Oh, ChatGPT is so encouraging.
It's super encouraging.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I talk to James and I get so angry.
Yo.
Yeah. I just go in my room. The true story, okay? I just open ChatGPT and I tell ChatGPT about how I'm feeling, how my husband responded, and then how I responded after that. And then ChatGPT will give me like this analytical version of why he responded this way, why I'll feel that way, and immediately I feel much better.
Or a simple life hack, it could be use a chat account, chat GPT account. Then you can see what your wife is asking.
Oh, he actually does that. Yeah, he shares my ChatGPT account.
Yeah, we share a chat GPT account.
Because mine is the paid version.
What? I mean, why not? Just share. So instead of just keeping silent, here are some things you can say to make your partner feel a little bit more accepted, validated, and heard.
Oh, tell me.
Okay? So the first thing is the phrase, that sounds really hard.
Oh, that sounds really hard.
Yes. Okay. Number 2, tell me more about that.
Okay.
Okay? Number 3, what was the worst part? And number 4, is there anything I can do, or do you just need me to listen?
Oh.
Basically what I said. But I will bring
Number
it to the
4
front.
should be us at the very, very top.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it. How
Okay,
about you
okay.
tell me something that's been stressing you out this week and I can only respond with these 4 phrases.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
My wife.
That sounds really hard. Is there anything I can do? Or do you just need me to listen?
Wow, my stress is stressing me out. Okay, something actual. I'll
Okay.
say, let's say, like work has been piling up so much because I just came back and like I haven't had the time to look at my emails, my WhatsApp. So I really, really need a lot of time to be focusing on all this kind of work.
Oh, baby, that sounds really hard. Do you want me to listen to you or do you actually need some advice?
I need some advice.
Okay.
What do you think I should do? The worst part is I've got no time for myself.
Okay. Does it help if you don't fetch me from work this week and spend more time
absolutely.
with work?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. Oh, great.
Done.
Great. Done.
Done.
Okay.
Understanding,
okay.
wife?
Yeah. That's pretty early. That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? We should totally practice that.
But I don't think that, this is a scenario that, everything is bubbly, rainbow, balloon, sunshine. But during a tense, intensive moment, I feel like this might be a little bit hard to carry out. But with
But
practice,
it's good that if you can keep it in the back of your mind.
Correct. I think it's like a repertoire, like an arsenal of phrases you can use whenever this situation comes up.
We also want to talk about how you can protect yourself
Yep.
while being drained by your partner.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like for James and I, we have found a system that allows us to understand each other, but at the same time protect our own peace. But I've heard of so many cases, like my friends, some of my guy friends, they, upon reaching the car park, they still choose to sit in the car for 30 more minutes before going up to the house because they just want that peace for a while more because they know they have to go back, face their other halves, face their kids. And sometimes they know that this can drain them quite a bit. How can you, protect yourself? And there's something called the emotional contagion, which is basically when your partner's stress becomes your stress. Which I think is very hard. Like, you already have your fair share of stress.
Yep.
how can you carry someone else's stress and put it on your shoulders, right? So let's talk a bit about the difference between empathy and absorption. Can you feel for your partner without carrying their weight? Maybe do you feel that you can do that for me?
I think I can. Like I said, I think my job here is not to carry your weight. If you don't want me to. It's to, just be beside you while you are carrying your weight.
This is something I feel like James and a lot of guys out there do very well. Men are very good at compartmentalizing. They know that, okay, this is my girlfriend's burden, this is my wife's burden. Let it continue to be her burden. Like, I have my own burden. We cannot let her share a burden like overflow into my life. But this is not something girls, or at least for me, we do very well with. Sometimes when James has like problems that he tells me about, I get very invested in them. Every like now and then I'll check in on him again. Oh, how's that going now? Is it going better? And then like just subconsciously I realize that his stress has become my stress. And I find myself thinking about it over and over again. Yeah, so that can get a bit tough.
I think sometimes the problem isn't that we don't care. It's that our own stress is so loud that we cannot hear someone else's pain. So to me, I want to fix my own stress first before I can try to fix yours.
I agree, but I don't think everyone thinks that way. Let's take mothers, for example. Like when you have your own kids, you have your stress, but when your kid goes to school and face, like, for lack of a better example, maybe bullying, that stress becomes your stress and you end up taking everything on your shoulders. Yeah, so I feel like one thing people can do to remove this stress is you need to find something that's meant for yourself. Aside from your family, from your relationship, from your partner, what is one thing that speaks to you and that whenever you indulge in this thing, you feel a lot happier? For some people, it can be maybe eating chocolate, eating snacks, having good food, reading maybe. For me, it's dancing. Like I realize going to a dance class, however short it may be, is always only a 60-minute class, right? But I come out feeling more revitalized, feeling more recharged, and feeling a lot happier.
Yep.
You know how they say you cannot pour from an empty cup? So you have to fill yourself up first. What is one thing that like speaks to you, maybe, or that you like to indulge in? I actually feel like James doesn't really indulge in a lot of things. If I can think of an example, it will be time with your friends. Like he always leaves the dinner meeting feeling super happy and telling me, oh, I had such a good time, baby.
I do. Yeah.
Right.
So one thing I do when I see you carrying a lot of weight, like emotional weight or can be a mental weight, I try not to carry that weight on behalf of you.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, because I feel like, first of all, that might be a weight that you need to carry. It might be a learning journey for you. And if it's not my weight to carry, then I wouldn't want to do it because I've got my own weight as well. So sometimes I feel like, okay, maybe I just be beside you and just be there to tell you, keep going, like a personal trainer. They are not carrying the weight for you. They are pushing you to carry your own weight. So as a husband, I feel like that is my role.
And I would hate it if I told you about my day and then my stress becomes your stress. Because why do two of us need to stress over the same thing?
Correct.
That doesn't even happen to you.
Yeah.
Only happens to me.
Yeah, makes
Right.
sense.
So one thing I've learned is also when it becomes too much for the two people in a relationship to carry, this is when you need to seek outside help. And I'm talking outside help in terms of not just therapy, but friends and family as well. So a lot of times when I'm speaking to my girlfriends, right, we always sit down and talk about our relationships, our families. We leave the conversation feeling lighter. That's because we are able to help each other de-stress and like listen to each other's woes and concerns.
Yeah,
I feel like speaking to friends is so beneficial.
for sure. Recently, I was at this wedding and the groomsman was giving a speech to the groom. The groomsman and the groom, they have been friends for so long that the groom would sometimes call the groomsman at 2:30 a.m. and just pour out his feelings about, I had this argument with my wife, what should I do, da, 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 da. And the groomsman would, of course, two men on the phone, they don't know what to do. He would hold the line, he would ask the wife, and then the wife would give advice. And then the groomsman would tell the groom, oh, you should do this, you should do that. So then that's when I realized, hey, there is actually an unofficial husband support line. And it's beautiful when two guys come together to, be on the phone and just say, bro, I have this issue with my wife. What should I do? And on the other hand, The other guy will say, bro, I also have this issue. I have no idea. Sometimes we don't need people to tell us what to do. We just need to know that we are not the only one going through it. And that itself is comforting enough to hear.
Who is the guy friend you call?
Currently, haven't found any yet. But yeah, I mean, they say there are 7 wonders in the world, right? Then women is the 8th one.
Yeah, friends really, really help. I also know of people who actually seek therapy. They go to a therapist and they tell the therapist about their problems.
Yep.
Yeah, I have a female friend. She decided to go for couple therapy with her partner. And apart from that, she's going for individual therapy herself and her partner as well. So they booked like 3 sessions, right? 2 individual and 1 couple one. I feel like in Singapore, the stigma about therapy is really getting better and better.
Yep.
I would say maybe 10 years ago, people would still frown upon, visiting a therapist.
Yeah.
It would ask, hey, what happened to you? Why you need to go and see a therapist? You okay or not? Like, it's still very frowned upon. But now it's widely encouraged. Like, oh, you're having this problem? I would really encourage you to go and see a therapist and work it out. We also looked for a couple therapist, John, who has been on one of our episodes.
Yep.
And he also suggested that, when 2 couples have goals that are very misaligned, they need to do individual therapy first. This could be one of the options out there for couples.
Yeah, true. What do you think is the most important thing you have learned about supporting your partner?
The most important thing I've learned about supporting my partner is to understand how he functions, understand his characteristics, his personality. So when it comes to James, I've learned that to support him, I need to first tell whether he has had enough rest. So for him, sleep is vital. If he lacks rest, there's no point in saying anything because he's just so tired, nothing can go in.
Yep.
So the best way I can support him is to make sure he gets to bed early. Little things like that. What about you?
I think the most beautiful thing about a marital relationship is that we probably got the most arguments, discussion, but yet we still choose not to leave each other. We still choose to love each other the most. And that sets apart like friendship, for example. Sometimes friendship, you argue and you say, I don't want to friend you anymore. But for husband and wife, I've never argued or have a discussion with someone that many times, but yet still love them the most. I think this is a beautiful part about, being married to someone you love. I mean, many people say, if you guys are always having arguments, you guys are not meant to be, you guys should break up and all that. But the goal isn't to never argue. The goal is to argue and then learn together, become stronger, and become a better version of ourselves.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you. To everyone listening into the couples classroom, if there's one thing I would want my partner to know about what I need when I'm struggling, and I think this applies to everyone, it is that supporting your partner isn't always about knowing what to say. It's helping them feel like they don't have to carry hard things by themselves. I think that's the biggest form of support ever.
Yep, well said.
Yeah, being together with them by their sides, physically and mentally, that is more than enough. Sometimes your presence mean way more than, words can ever mean. So hopefully this episode has been of value to you, and maybe next time when you or your partner are experiencing stress, maybe you can navigate the situation a bit better.
Yep. And as always, if you have stories to share, do drop us a DM at James and Hazel on our Instagram and TikTok. And we'll see you in the next episode of
The Couples Classroom. Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.